Today we're going to run through some stretches that are great to do pre-run. So a little bit of pre-run yoga for you, not taking too long, but a great few movements to do before you set out on your run, your jog, your power walk, whatever it is you might be doing. So we're going to take a few moments standing up. So if you are not already, please come and join me standing, feet hip width apart. Really rooting down with the feet and just taking a few moments to settle down. So if you need to shrug the shoulders out or do anything like that, please go ahead. From here, we're going to inhale, lift up onto our tippy toes. Exhale, slowly lower the heels back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Really lifting the heels as high as you can. And then with control, as you exhale, lower back down. Last one. Inhale, lifting up. Can you go a little bit higher this time? Exhale, nice and slowly, lower back down. This time, inhale, reach the arms up, take a nice full body stretch, but try not to flare through the rib cage here. So keep the ribs tucked in, a slight tuck of the tailbone so the core muscles are engaged. And then fold slowly forwards. Have your feet either hip width or wider. You can go as wide as the mat if that feels good. I'm going to take a ragdoll for a few breaths, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Really let your head hang heavy. Let the upper body melt down towards the floor. If the hamstrings are feeling tight, or if you want to today, just because, you can take quite a bend in the knees. Really let the upper body droop down towards the floor. Try and relax all the muscles in your face. And take a couple of nice big Ujjayi breaths here. Release your hands to the mat. And let's take a halfway lift. So reach the crown of the head forwards. Hands are on the shins. Tailbone reaches back. So we're just finding length through the spine. Pull the tummy button in and up. Step it back into a high plank position. We're not going to be here for too long. We just want to light up the core muscles as we start stretching into the back line of the body. It's great to get the core switched on. Press the earth away. Take an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Might be your first down dog of the day, of the week. So take whatever you need to take here. It might be bending through one knee at a time, walking your dog out. It might be tilting your hips from one side to the other. Maybe bend through each of the elbows. You choose what you do here to really feel your way into your body today. Let's bring our big toes together to touch. And lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee and open the hip. So you're stacking your right hip on top of the left. Keep the shoulders square to the front of your mat. And see if you can lift your right knee a little bit higher. Moving slowly, we're going to straighten that leg back out behind you. Square off the hips and then step the right foot all the way in between the hands. We're going to drop the back knee. So coming into a low lunge from here. If you want to deepen the sensation, you might shuffle that left knee further back. Really think about reaching the chest forward, so finding length through the spine. Start to straighten your right leg. We're moving back into a half split position. You can choose if you have your hands on your thigh, on your shin, maybe fingertips to the floor, maybe you need to shuffle into the pose. But really think about lengthening through the spine. Start to bend back through that right knee. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the floor. And take a couple of rocks backwards and forwards here. So just noticing, stretching out, feeling your way into the hips, the hip flexor, the glutes, whatever you've got going on for you here. Bring yourself to stillness and walk that right foot a little bit closer towards your left hand. You might want to come up onto your fingertips to give you a bit more access here, but we're going to step that left foot behind the right, so you're sort of crisscrossing at the shins. The feet are close together. Forward fold here. You can take a ragdoll, or if the fingertips or palms reach the floor, just allow the head to hang heavy. Notice how forward fold feels with the legs in this position. Gently step that left foot back to the left side of that right foot. Now we're going to inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Maybe soften the knees as you do so. Again, reach arms up overhead. Try not to flare through the ribcage or arch the lower back, but lift through the chest and find length. Big breath in. Exhale, we fold forwards. Halfway lift. Again, really reach the crown of the head forwards. Reach the rib cage forwards. High plank. Again, notice if you've switched that core off, we really want to have it engaged throughout, and then it will stay fired up, ready for your run, jog, walk, whatever it is that you're going on to do. Big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you need to take movement here, please do, or maybe just taking about 2 deep breaths in stillness in your downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together to touch, and this time lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee and open through the hips. Press hands down and forwards, and see how close you can bring your left heel to your left seat bone. Straighten that left leg back behind you, square off the hips. And then step that left foot in between your hands. Drop the back knee, you're back in that low lunge. Maybe lifting all the way up onto your fingertips to find length through the spine. Maybe you shuffle the right knee further back if you want to deepen the sensations going on here. Start to straighten your left leg, coming back into your half splits. Choose how far into this pose you go. We really want to think about reaching the chest forwards, finding length in the spine. Bend through that left knee, tuck the right toes under, take a couple of little rocks backwards and forwards. Just checking back in with the hips, the glutes. Walk the left foot towards the right hand. Maybe come up onto the fingertips to give you more space and step that right foot behind the left. Crisscrossing at the shins. Again, maybe flat palms are on the floor or fingertips, or maybe your hamstrings are a little bit tight and you want to just go for ragdoll in the arms. Step the right foot to the right side of that left foot. And on an inhale, we're going to roll up to standing, coming all the way up. Feet are still hip width apart. And this time we're going to just take a little quad stretch. So pulling that right heel towards your right glute, standing up nice and tall. And as we do this stretch, think about the hip bones, think about reaching them upwards. Let go of that side. Let's do the other side. Lift that left heel towards the left seat bone. Again, press the right foot down and then think about the sort of the eyes of the hip bones, so those hip joints, and think about reaching them upwards. You'll deepen the sensation there. And letting go of that foot, nice and gently place it back on the floor. Shift your weight onto your left foot, take a couple of rotations in each direction with your right ankle. And swap sides, shifting weight onto the right foot. A few rotations with the left ankle, make sure you go in both directions. And that brings us back to where we started. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of movement, and I hope you have a wonderful run or walk or whatever it is you are doing next. Thank you.